Imagine walking into a valley so beautiful, so impossibly colorful that the first person to discover it thought he was dreaming. More than 550 species of wildflowers, snow-capped Himalayan giants, and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is the Valley of Flowers. And in this video, I'm going to give you the complete itinerary, distances, and route details so you know exactly what to expect before you go. The Valley of Flowers is a high-altitude alpine meadow located in the Chamoli district of Uttarakhand. It lies at an elevation of around 3,658 meters above sea level and covers nearly 87 square kilometers of untouched Himalayan beauty. It was accidentally discovered in 1937 by a British mountaineer Frank Smith while descending from Mount Kamet. He was so moved that he came back very next year just to see the flowers again. In 2005, UNESCO declared it a World Heritage Site. And honestly, once you see it, you will understand exactly why. So, let us take you on a visual journey to the Valley of Flowers. Day 1. Dehradun or Rishikesh to Govindghat or Joshimath. On day 1, you travel from Dehradun or Rishikesh to Govindghat or Joshimath by road, starting early in the morning around 7 am. The distance from Dehradun to Joshimath is approximately 285 kilometers and from Rishikesh it is around 247 kilometers. It takes about 9 to 11 hours. Along the way, you will witness Devprayag, which is one of the most stunning river confluences in India. This is mostly a travel day and you will stay overnight at a hotel. Day 2. Govindghat or Joshimath to Ghangaria via Poolna. On day 2 after breakfast, you head towards Poolna via Govindghat. Joshimath to Govindghat is around 22 kilometers drive and Govindghat to Poolna is another 4 kilometers. Poolna is the last motorable point of the trek. From Poolna, you begin your 10 kilometer trek to Ghangaria, which usually takes around 5 to 6 hours. By the time you reach Ghangaria, you will be at an altitude of around 2,987 meters above sea level. The trail is easy to moderate and runs alongside the beautiful Lakshmanganga river. The first 6 kilometers are relatively easier, with both ascents and descents. The last 4 kilometers is moderately challenging, with mostly uphill climbing. Save your energy for the final 4 kilometer stretch as it is the most demanding section. By evening, you will reach Ghangaria, which will be your base for the next 3 days. Day 3. Ghangaria to Valley of Flowers. On day 3, we start early at 7 am. At an altitude of around 3,505 meters above sea level, you enter the Valley of Flowers, known for its vibrant blooms and breathtaking scenery. The valley entrance is about 4 kilometers from Ghangaria, which usually takes around 2 to 3 hours to reach. The trek on this day is fairly easy. The moderate section is a 1 kilometer stretch at the beginning where you gain most of the altitude. After that, the trail is almost flat. The best time to visit is from mid-June to mid-September. You can explore around 4 km inside the valley in one direction and even walk up to the riverbed point for a more immersive experience. Along the way, you may spot flowers like Himalayan balsam, Himalayan bellflower, potentillas, Himalayan fleece flower, and blue poppy, which is known as the queen of Himalayan flowers. After lunch at around 2 pm, we start descending back to Ghangaria. Make sure to return by 5 pm as per the Forest Department regulations. The experience that you will have today will stay with you for the rest of your life. Day 4. Ghangaria to Hemkund Sahib. This is the most challenging day of the trek. We start early from Ghangaria for the Hemkund Sahib trek. A steep climb takes you to Hemkund Sahib, located at around 4,267 meters above sea level. The trek is around 6 km but is quite steep, with an elevation gain of 1219 meters within these 6 kilometers. It usually takes around 4 to 5 hours to ascend. This day is graded moderate to difficult. The trail is continuously steep right from the start, with stone paved paths and sharp inclines. Due to the high altitude, oxygen levels are lower, making the climb more exhausting and slow-paced. Good stamina, proper acclimatization, and mental strength are essential to complete this stretch. If you are planning the Valley of Flowers trek, don't miss Hemkund Sahib, as the landscapes here will truly surprise you. You may also spot rare flowers like blue poppy and Brahma Kamal near the Gurudwara. On top of it, the Gurudwara and the glacial lake offers a truly spiritual and surreal experience. After spending some time there, we descend back to Ghangaria, which usually takes around 2 to 3 hours. Day 5. Ghangaria to Govindghat or Joshimath. On day 5 after breakfast, you descend down the same 10 km route to Poolna and drive back the same route to Joshimath. The trail looks completely different on the way back, with new light and fresh perspectives. Take your time, it's your last morning in these mountains. From Govindghat, you drive back to Joshimath and rest for the day. Day 6, drive back to Dehradun or Rishikesh. On the final day, you return to Rishikesh or Dehradun, marking the end of your unforgettable journey. The Valley of Flowers is where India's beauty doesn't just impress you, it makes you pause and take it all in. If you want to do this trek with a certified and experienced team offering comfortable stays, the Searching Souls is your one-stop solution. For the last 5 years, the Searching Souls has been delivering flawless experiences with the highest number of trekkers and 5-star trek ratings, ensuring your journeys is smooth, safe, and memorable. For more details, visit our website www.thesearchingsouls.com.